welcome to the Next Chamber podcast, Impact. And we're glad to have you with us today. We are on episode 5 already. I can't believe it has gotten to the 5th month, but we've had some great guests, and today is no different. Joined with AJ Sickmann from Boston Beaver, Forest Cross, and Sickmann attorneys.
Good job getting that
right. It's a mouthful.
I'm still working
And
on it,
also
yeah.
our board chair this year. So appreciate you being with us.
Thanks for having me.
And then we have Eric and Brad VanVleet from VanVleet Insurance, and they're going to be talking with us about a few things as well. And you guys have been longtime chamber members, longtime chamber supporters, and of course, former board chair. So it's fun to have you on the couch with us today.
And we kept it to one name for you, so it made that a little easier.
Yes, I know. I didn't have to remember all of them. And then Lynette is with us.
everybody.
She'll wrap us up at the end with Lynette's list. So stay tuned for that. Don't go away. So we just wrapped up the annual dinner, and you got to have a little bit of fun with us.
I did, yeah.
I hope he thinks it was fun.
In the moment, maybe not so
Maybe
much,
not
or
so
right
much.
before,
Looking
but
back.
afterwards, looking back, yeah, it was
Fond
it was
memories
fun.
now.
Yeah. I look back on it fondly.
AJ was such a great sport with us and leaned into our Wayne's World theme along with Tony. But outside of that, you got to talk a little bit about what this year looks like, what the trajectory is. And also, I was really moved by your comments about why you feel like the chamber work is important. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so at the dinner, I did provide some comments about, like you said, the why. And when I think about the why, I don't think so much about the now. Now that I have a couple of young kids, I think about the later. When you're first starting out in your career, you're thinking about kind of immediate future, yourself, growing a business. And that's all important. But when you have kids, my kids are 8 and 10, I start to think, I want them to have a place where they can come back to and be successful. And so we talked about economic opportunities, housing, and quality of place. And I know those are 3 spaces in which the chamber is working diligently to not only sustain, but grow. So hopefully when my kids are making a decision about where they want to live on a permanent basis, we're able to provide that opportunity to them. So that's what motivates me.
Absolutely. What do you think are a couple of the key things that the chamber has been focusing on in the past few years, or that kind of play into that?
Well, I know there's been a very heavy focus on education. We have the new work-based learning
Right.
parameters within which the schools have to operate. And so the chamber stepped up really in a significant way to partner with the local area schools so that we could facilitate that work-based learning, that pathway for students that would like to graduate through that pathway. So that's been really impressive and I think important for the chamber to take on that role. We have seen additional engagement, professional development, and strategic leadership, that planning. And so that's one thing I wanted to talk about today. I know that our strategic plan is about 3 years old,
Right.
And so I am typically a proponent of engaging in that process. But when I am an opponent, it's when an entity does this and then it just kind of sits on a shelf and we don't do much with it. All that time, effort, and money, and we don't see anything from that plan come to fruition.
Right.
The chamber, though, I can say, did check off the boxes within that strategic plan. So that's been completed, and now we're looking at implementing a new plan, so it's just onward and upward from there.
How do you feel like it has been? You've been in leadership in the board and in probably the entire time you've been on the board with the executive committee and then now moving into this. As a leader of a large board, how do you feel like it has been engaging with the other board members and really making sure that those processes move forward?
Well, I've served on a lot of boards, as I know everybody around here has, but I think we have a really cohesive board and engaged board, but there's been some board restructuring in the recent past. And I think that process has allowed the chamber specifically the board to be more agile and move more efficiently. We've had some things come up in the recent past that I suspect we'll talk about a little bit later that required that sort of agility to be able to pivot and make decisions and get things off the ground quickly. So I think that restructuring has been really beneficial in order to carry out those types of issues.
Great.
Yeah.
So when you think about this coming year, what does our chamber have, on the horizon that you want to make sure that actually get accomplished during your year as board chair that goes very quickly, I will say.
Well, a few things. One, again, I'll reference the strategic plan. And then sort of on a smaller, but I think equally important scale, when you talk about kind of giving back to the members, would be our gift card program. We've moved that into physical or digital. And so to me, that's a really great way if you have employees or staff that you want to show appreciation to, or maybe just family and friends, you can purchase those through the chamber. And then the best part is that it goes back to the members. And so I didn't even realize my firm is one of the participating entities. So if you have someone that's in a lot of legal trouble consistently, get them that gift card.
Use a gift card. Get 'em a gift card.
Kind of send a message with that one.
Or we feel like you need a will, so here is a gift card.
Yeah. Is everything okay with me? So those two, and then again, I know we'll spend a little more time on this, but Richmond is on a roll. That has really monopolized my time as board chair, and I know even more so for you in your role. And so that's moving forward, and so that is the topic that is at the forefront of at least my mind right now.
Right. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, it
We'll
is.
keep our seatbelts on and see what happens.
Definitely.
But, well, I wanted to talk a little bit about insurance because
Who wants to
insurance
talk
is
about
a,
insurance?
right?
This is
I
exciting.
mean, we
Now let's
got the
get you a topic.
experts here. Let's talk about insurance. So, insurance has changed a lot over the years. It's, we've gone through Obamacare, we've gone through the Healthy Indiana plan, we've gone through the mandatory insurance on businesses of a certain size, all of these things to try and keep people healthy and covered and getting the care that they need. What's the temperature in the room where you guys sit on a day in, day out basis?
Yeah, health insurance is very complicated, and it continues to change. I think we were talking, it's probably one of the top 5 expenses for any business, right? To provide that benefit, which is optional to their employees. So having a consultant, we have created a department within our agency where we do offer group health, individual health, Medicare supplements. But one of those great partnerships that has come out of this is working with the chamber, and the chamber working with the Indiana Chamber and creating a partnership with SIHO, which can offer some benefits to some local employers. So group health is continuing to rise due to inflation, due to the health of our population, due to all of these things. And we need options, right, to help people out, because that cost just continues to rise. And in working with a professional and having an agency like ourselves and some of the other local chamber members that are health qualified are happy to help in that area as well.
So when a small business owner comes to you, how do you help them determine, because you're not married to one plan or one insurance provider, so how do you kind of balance out and help them determine what's the best choice for them?
Yeah. It's a good question. I think a lot of it comes down to, again, having a consultant. Again, this isn't like buying home and auto insurance.
Yeah.
It is very different for every business, for every situation. So having a relationship with a broker, with a consultant, with an insurance company that specializes in this, that knows what all these options are available when it comes to individual health, group health, and then again, looking at this new potential plan as a benefit for them. Is it going to be the plan for everybody? Definitely not, but there are many available options out there, and somebody like ourselves, we just want to be able to offer that and have that conversation with clients. And like I said, it goes back to the consulting, to understanding the business, what they need, what they're looking for, and how it can be helpful.
It might be interesting to note, in 1995, when I was chair of the chamber, the average health cost for a family was $5,000. Today in 2025, we'll go back to 25, it is now $25,000.
Wow.
So it's become a much larger, significant portion of the fixed overhead of small business. It's the giant in the room for them as they consider what they can afford.
Right.
We would point out there are a lot of small businesses that don't have health insurance. They can't afford it. They can't build it into their business model.
Right.
So it takes a lot of insight, flexibility, and discussion to figure out what's affordable, what can work, and there's a lot of different angles to it. But there's no doubt it's one of the top conversations in the inflation discussion about costs in this country today. Health insurance is right up there at number one. In fact, our health department, now we issue bulletproof vests. Whenever we walk. So,
I think he just said the average increase on health insurance plans is about 12%. And that's just average. I know that sometimes they get much higher than that. Again, very specific situations and
Right.
depending on the health of the group and whatnot.
It's just difficult. When this opportunity came to us from the state chamber, it was, encouraging to think that if we as a local chamber can offer our members one more benefit, one more option to look at that might be the right option, might be that thing that saves them a little bit of money, helps them be profitable in a time when sometimes it's difficult to turn profit, things like that, or helps them grow their team. Those things, it's exciting to us to be able to offer that. And I know previously you had to be a member of the state chamber, which a lot of times is not accessible for a small business when they're trying to figure out, where they put their dollars. But now with this new relationship, you could be a member of the local chamber that automatically gives you that in with that plan. But you mentioned SIHO, and it is with SIHO, but most people have no idea what SIHO is. So explain SIHO, what that stands for, or what that is exactly.
Yeah, so it's an insurance company. They're based out of Indiana, so the partnership keeping dollars here in the state of Indiana. And so the state of Indiana, the chamber, contracted or created a partnership, I should say, where basically businesses can go into this pool. And so you pool all the businesses together, and the idea of the, large numbers or the rule of large numbers, and you get the more in, the better pricing that everybody is going to get. So that's the idea of it. You're joining a pool within this plan that's going to help discount the health insurance is the idea. Obviously, you need healthy people, healthy groups
Right.
to help with that, but it's designed for small group too. So that's the other
Right.
piece of this. It's really those 2 to 50 lives in a group plan is going to be eligible for it. So a fully insured health insurance plan for small groups in obviously our market. And really, it's offered all over the state of Indiana. So this isn't new. It's been around, and we're
Right.
excited to join and be a part of it and have it as an option for our clients.
I think what really impressed me, was that I was able to have a conversation with the with SIHO directly and talk to them about our market, make sure that our providers were included in the plan so that you don't have to go out of town to get care. You can get care right here in Wayne County, and that was incredibly important. So more to come on that, but if people have questions and they want to learn more, they can certainly contact your office or any of the other brokers, insurance providers that do health insurance here.
Yes.
So
We're
And I
happy to
think
help.
we have information on our chamber website as well. if
We
you wanna
do,
check out
yes.
Our chamber website, yeah.
So wcareachamber.org for that information and finding the list of insurance providers where they can go. So Lynette, you've been sitting
it
over
on
there
me?
so quiet,
I
and I
know.
know you have a list.
I do. Well, it's a short list, believe it or not. Usually I have a long Lynette's list, but today it's pretty short with some things that are coming up with the chamber. It never stays low key like that for long, so it'll build back up in what we're doing. But one of our favorite things that's coming up is a networking event, and it's our anniversary celebration. So each year we invite chamber members who have reached a milestone anniversary as a chamber member to our anniversary celebration. This year we have 80 chamber member businesses that are on the invite list. Most of them will be there, and we have several, probably about 10 of them are 50-year chamber members.
Wow.
50 years as chamber members. It blows my mind.
It's
So
amazing.
it's awesome. And some of the replies I've gotten back from them are like 50 years, like it's just great. So anniversary celebration is coming up on March 10th. And it will be at 5:35. It's one of our 5:35 networking nights. And we're going to have it at 5 Arch Brewing in Centerville. We did this event there a few years back, and I am very excited to take it back there, as is Jake over at 5 Arch. He's excited to host it there again. So that will be a whole lot of fun. Tickets are $20 to that, and it really is just a networking event. We'll recognize those anniversaries, but it's a really great way to meet and mingle with a lot of chamber members. So tickets are on sale for that one.
I was thinking about that. Brad, were you there at that first one we did at 5 Arch?
I might have been.
I
I've
was
been to so many
thinking you
chamber
were.
events, I can't keep them all
They
together.
That's a good thing.
Yes,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I was thinking that you were there that night and helping with like presenting those to
I might have
the-
been.
Might have been.
That was
Yeah.
our very first one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All
Might have been,
right.
yeah, when you were board chair or past board chair
Okay.
or something.
Yeah. It's been a few years
Yeah,
ago.
so
Yes.
Jake had the same reaction when I was talking to him. He said, I don't remember how we did that a few years back, but we'll figure it out
We'll figure
again.
it out.
So that's going to be really great, and I'm excited to be there at 5 Arch. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is a chamber trip that we have coming up in 2027, and that is to Alaska. People are very excited about this. I keep getting emails from people, and I keep hearing the word bucket list. Like they keep saying, this is a bucket list place for me, which I hope they don't kick the bucket after they go. That would not be good.
That would not be
That
good.
would not
We're
be
not-
good.
we're not
But
going there.
that's exciting. There's a lot of excitement around it. We had a meeting earlier this week giving the details of the trip, but it is now on our website. Again, wcareachamber.org, and under the events tab, there's a drop down with the 2027 trip to Alaska. It will be warm at that time, or sort of warm. We will have moments where we go up to glaciers and so forth. So that one you might need a sweatshirt for. But that's another question I keep getting is, we're not going in the middle of winter.
Yes, no, we are going in the summer.
No, we are going in the summertime. It should be fairly warm. It has a land portion and a cruise portion also, which people are really loving that because it's the best way to see a whole lot of Alaska. So information's on the website for that. Eric, you've been on one trip with us, and you're going
I'm
on,
going on the next
trip,
one to
this
Greece.
one to
Yeah.
Greece in 26. So are you going to go to Alaska in 27?
We very well might. We've been there a
Okay.
couple of times, and it is stunningly beautiful.
Is it? I'm
And I
excited.
would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And I might add, we went and Brad kind of encouraged my wife and I to go. And it was the people, our local citizenry, the people we spent time with. We enjoyed that so much that we signed up for the next one.
Yeah.
So the chemistry there was just really energizing. It
I
was
love
fun.
that. I love
Yeah.
that. Is becoming my favorite part of being on these trips is, on that Danube River cruise. I just sat back sometimes and I watched our group of people mingle and get to know each other, and it just made my heart so happy. I think that's becoming I love seeing all the places, but I think that's really become my favorite part, is watching everybody connect with each other more and grow their connections within Wayne County. So I agree. I love it.
Great.
I love
That's
it.
great.
That's it for Lynette's List today.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys all being with us and sharing and all that you do to make our community better, and for partnering with the chamber in so many different ways. So excited about this year and what's to come, and look forward to having you back on our podcast sometime in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, I would just thank you for all the hard work and all the what great the team has done for the chamber and for our community. You look at the history of being a chair in it many years ago, several years ago, and then current chair. A lot of history here, and with each with every year it just continues to grow. But that's due to your leadership. So we thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Sure.
Well, that is a wrap for us today. Thank you for tuning in. We hope that you will follow our podcast, like, share, tell your friends about the podcast. It's a good way, hopefully, to stay in tune with not just what's happening at the chamber, but what's happening here in Wayne County that is good and shareable. So we appreciate that. And thanks to our friends at Bolt Media for helping pull this together for us today. Have a great day.